Well, I wonder if that's we got to reboot it. Okay, it looks like we're coming back online now, but Issah's not on here, so we'll have to wait for him. Let's see if this thing came through. Okay, it looks like it's picked it back up. All right. What's happening, everybody? We're just waiting for the brother to come back. Let me check and see what happened on YouTube. Whew! All I can say is, thank God we're in December. Okay, it looks like... All right, it looks like it's going. All right, we've got 19 people in the house. It looks like YouTube is suffering a little bit here. Let me just check one other thing. Videos. Okay, so that didn't last. Okay, here he is. All right, we're back. Hey, Ronay, I got your message, and we're going to set up a show. All right. That wasn't you. I think that was can you hear me all right, brother? Issah. Can you hear me okay? I think his signal might be a little bit low.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Isn't that wild?
No. I hear you again.
Okay, so Facebook is back up, YouTube's up. Issah, I think your signal is a little bit weak. Isn't that amazing, that little picture that we have here of him? Watch this. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Issah? Look at that. We must go on with the show, no matter what it looks like, because code is being communicated. Yeah, Issah and Miriam are very cool people. They've been together quite some time. It'll be 3 years in February since the last time we did a show. Yeah, let's see if we can pick him up. Let me see if I can get this damn thing working the way it ought to be. Okay, here he comes again. Let's see if this works. All right. Boom. Issah, how about that? That's better? That's better, brother?
Yeah, should be better. Yes.
I think we should jump right into it because we don't know what's going to happen here. So Issah sent me a note, and he said that he wanted to get together and let's do a show. And I said, yeah, let's do it. But I think you had said that there was something specific that you wanted to talk about, if I remember correctly. Am I right or wrong?
No, I didn't was like feeling in to speak about something specific, but
Okay.
no,
I
I
get.
just had the feeling to have another talk with you
Yeah, that's even better.
and meet up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's even better. Maybe do some music. We can do some song. We can do some music.
Well, for sure, I was feeling into what we can talk about, and
Yeah.
for sure I can also, there can be a prayer. I can, because also we are sitting outside with the fire. We have a little stone house where we live now on the island.
Wow.
We moved the place where we were before. So now we are again a lot outside, spending time with grandfather fire, and yeah, living really with just a few things. I mean, yeah, we have no TP anymore in the moment, so we are a lot outside. Yeah, now it's also getting cold here in the winter.
Yeah.
Like, not really cold. There is no snow, but like we have at night 8 degrees, 10 degrees. But it's good, yes.
It,
We can.
are you do you spend most of your time alone or together without the internet, or do you spend a lot of time working on the internet?
Well, in the little stone house, we don't have any connection, so inside we cannot be with the phone. That's why we sit also outside here where we have some connection, because the stone house has big rocks,
Wow.
also some crystal rocks inside, so there are like you are in a cave, and it's pretty tiny. But yeah, mostly we also use for sure the internet, not so much. Miriam a little bit more than me, but we don't use it so much. We like also to get some information from there and see
Yeah.
you talking, and I really appreciate the work you do, and I can also appreciate the internet.
Mm.
But yeah, we are more connected maybe to the ethernet,
Yeah.
so
The
to say.
Ethernet. The
Yeah,
Ethernet.
the ethernet,
Exactly.
yeah, the
Exactly.
organic one, who's very similar to this internet. And yeah, there is the communication good, and yeah, it's good to have the possibility to talk to you like this, also in this very moment.
Mm.
We build up a kind of energy, isn't it, when we are talking and we are connecting in this way. I mean, we are happy that we can share like that.
Yes.
So I appreciate being here with you. I give
I,
there some cedar to Grandfather Fire.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it too.
To
So there has been a lot of discussion about this summer, June, July, August, where the fires of purification burned everybody to pieces. But then, kind of people have talked about after that in September, October, November, still lots of releasing, but a lot of assimilation and integration. And now people are talking about, as we get into December, that we're literally on the new earth now, and everything has changed to the point where people are starting to experience the miraculous little by little. Does any of that resonate with you? What's your experience? You and Miriam, what have your experience been the last few months?
I definitely can say there was a lot of shifts happening, and there was a lot of movement the last months. We have been in summer in Switzerland and in Germany,
Mm.
seeing our families after 2.5 years here on the island, and that was for sure very good and good to integrate. We went also to the places where we were living in Zurich and in Switzerland in the forest. So we were going there, meeting the trees and lighting the fire there, and felt just also the process where we went through the last 2.5 years. I feel like the last 3 years there was a lot of shifts happening in a 3D world, so to say, maybe in a better way, but I feel it's the same in the other way. And so sometimes I feel when we spend a lot of time in the forest alone, or when we are a little bit more isolated, I could say I don't know. I don't get to know many things what happening in the world, so to say, and I just can really be in my process of growth and connecting and in our process. But in the same time, it needs like a relationship also in the outside, isn't it? And so we can also feel each other right now here, and feel these 3 years of what is happening there, but also the last 3, 4, 5 months. It was a lot of manifesting and also growing in some relationships, and yeah, I can say we are now, we are there, we are uh, we are, the kingdom of heaven is
Mm-hmm.
there, is everywhere. It's within us, it's within you, it's within me, and we feel it. when we close our eyes, I can feel Todd, I can feel other brothers and sisters, and we are connected.
Yeah.
And in one way, I feel there will be for sure this shift happening more and more, and the the foundation for the fifth dimensional reality and in this earth or on this earth, we will hold. We are here as the earth guardians and the ground crew, and we are doing the work. It's like working on ourselves, and doing that is going and have this trust in the great spirit, in the Holy Spirit. And I feel there is things happening also in our lives. In the summer we were in with my good soul brother Sven in Germany, where we have or where he has founded with some siblings the Earth Guardians,
Mm.
where we on a land like sometime, and the main goal was, or the main yeah, the main goal is to be there with from and yeah, work with the land, and have a land where a group of people can live. I went also there sometime already 4 years ago. Now again we were there. So there is happening in a good direction also for us. We feel there is more manifestation, and yeah, mm, the
Yeah.
connections, the relationships from the past years, they come together and they grow. So,
You have a friend there.
yeah, Tony.
Speaking of that, um, I know you guys are out in nature, obviously. And by the way, Millie, they're in Ibiza, Spain. She asked,
Mhm.
but I know you're very connected to nature, the nature beings, animals, elementals, and probably more than that. But are you picking up anything from the energies, let's say the non-human energies of the earth, like Mother Earth herself, the wind, the nature beings, the fire? Are you picking up? Are you two picking up any information or seeing any higher level of communication with nature and the elementals and animals?
Yeah, I mean the earth, the elemental beings, they're always there. They were always there, also in this dimension where they are at home, and they become more and more into our realities, because from the origin we used to be with these elementals as well as an indigenous living being here on the earth, as an earth human. We would to know this. It's like it's normal,
Right.
so to say. And I feel I feel they always are happy when we are connecting with them. The fire, I felt for sure. I feel the fire is changing also
Right.
in my awareness somehow. Yeah, I feel things are more, maybe some more crystalline, and they I feel the shift definitely when I'm in nature. I feel more there is more crystal around. I feel that, I could say. And I feel the same time. I feel when we get to know them and work with them, they help us. It's the work we do, it's like the grid work. It's all about that, to work with the elemental beings here on the earth, to really create and manifest the organic matrix.
Right.
Because I feel also most of the dense energy have left the planet, it's just like the game who's happening more and more, but this will not go more any more longer, because we are human beings and we are now awakening for that we are all from the same mother, and that's the Mother Earth.
Right.
And the Father Sun also is there shining on all of us, and we remember that now. I think every man and woman and child has activated their sacred heart flame. The siblings doing works, we are doing works since many years. We are doing it, and it's just there. And I feel that's also the connection who came for us with the indigenous people, for sure, the indigenous tribes. And something what in the last 3 years came also more deeper in our awakening and in our presence was the connection to the Kogi tribe in Colombia.
What tribe?
It's the Kogi tribe. They live in the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta in Colombia.
Oh, wow. What's your connection to them? Did you did ha- Go ahead.
The connection to them came also through my ancestral lineage,
Okay.
from the Essenes,
Oh,
because the Essenes who were living in Israel, in Qumran, they have a lot of similarity to the Kogi people, not only because they are also dressed white, also because they are carrying a deep knowledge about how to live on the earth and having the balance between masculine and feminine in
right.
their daily activities and relationships,
Right.
and also a deep wisdom about the earth itself, and how the creation have been seeded by the Great Mother,
Right.
with Father Son, so to say, with Mother Father God, with Abun. And they know, the Kogis, they know the song. For example, they know the song for the winds, they know the song for the fire, they know the song for the earth, they know the song for the negative, and they know the song for the positive. It's like they have these ancient songs giving in their families,
Yeah.
keeping in the tradition, to nurture the earth with this wisdom and with this love, or with this frequency, or with these songs.
Yes. Yes. There's no question that the Essenes are a big part of our recent history, and I know a lot of people like yourself and Miriam, myself, uh, in the community, people that have been on this show that have a very strong connection to the Essenes. I've not heard of the connection to this Colombian tribe, but I certainly believe it. But a lot of people have had memories of being an Essene. I was just talking to my brother here a couple of days ago. We were talking about sound, because he does a lot of sound healing, advanced sound healing, with all types of instruments and sounds. And I said, I remember being in the cave and toning to bring our body, or my body, into alignment or healing. And he remembers the same thing. I believe that was the Essene period. Because I also remember when I first woke up, that was the first place I was taken, was to the caves near the Dead Sea. And then I was taken into the caves and things were shown to me. And I know very clearly it was. But the other thing that I wanted to ask you about with this Essene connection, there's a lot of people that have received information or channelings where the Essenes evolved into other names, let's just say, their practices, their old tradition. the Essenes, a lot of people, there are a lot of narratives out there where they talk about protecting the Sophia Christos line or the Rosary line, Mary Magdalene,
Mm-hmm.
etc. And we're also talking about some of that. Uh, some of that was protected or passed through the Cathars, the Templars, the Druids,
Mm-hmm.
the Bards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what we don't hear a lot of people talk about, and maybe you can talk about it if you know anything about it, was that there is a galactic connection to the Essenes. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if that shows up in the Kogi tribe as well, but do you know anything about any type of galactic connection to the Essenes or to that tribe in Colombia?
Mm-hmm. You know, brother, you know the felines?
Yes.
You know the Syrian people, Lyria?
Yes.
That's the family, you know.
Yeah.
You are
Yes.
feline being, we are feline family, you know. So we were in the beginning. There were only Syrian, Lyrian people. Lemuria came later,
Right.
but the feline being, I feel very connected.
The felines.
And the
The
felines,
lion people.
lion, tiger people,
Right.
jaguar people, so to say, felines.
Right.
The
True.
Syrian, Lyria,
Yeah.
Lyra.
My my own experience has been that when I came into this galaxy, I came from a place beyond the galaxy. Let's just call it a central sun or a some type of central birthing point or something. I don't know, but I went to Syria, on Sirius, and from Sirius then went different places. But Sirius was the first stop. But yeah, that resonates, and I remember getting a download 4 years ago, going to the airport with my wife, and I said to her, Yeshua has appeared before me. And he's making all these hand gestures. And she said, well, talk to him. And I said, okay. Well, his message that day was that he was part of, if not the leader of, a galactic mission, and it was rooted from Sirius. It was originated from Sirius, and that many of us were involved in it. So I don't know. I just never hear people talking much about the galactic connection to the Essenes and to those things that stemmed from the Essenes. So I was just curious about it. Brother,
It's like when
go ahead.
and I have when I go to the Kogi people, their name actually is Kagawa.
Kagaba.
They call themselves not Kogi. They call themselves Kagawa.
Kagaba.
That means human. You know, and when I speak with them, I meet them now. I'm also saying I'm from the Essenes. I'm I'm representing, because that's what is my wisdom, and this is what the wisdom I work with also in the grid work, connected with the Aramaic breath
Right.
and with the prayers, but mostly with this breath. What we have learned also 2000 years ago was this breath to breathe with the kingdom of heaven and the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
And then the question is interesting you ask, because there is this connection also for sure from the Kogi to the feline beings, so to say. Also, Kogi means jaguar
Oh,
in the and
wow.
Kagawa has, they call themselves human, but the the galactic the galactic is good. It's also our DNA, but we are on the earth, and we need to take care about the earth.
Yes.
We don't need to, but it's just our job. It's like it's what we used to do as in the origin, in the beginning. And that's also the Essene wisdom. That's the Christ consciousness, what is connected, indigenous to the earth, so to say. You can say Christ consciousness, but you can just say the origin of a of a print, or of a blueprint for who's giving to the earth, no, to live here in harmony and keeping an eye on the earth, because she's so precious, and
Yeah.
we 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 are so precious to live here and doing that work.
Yeah. It's an exceptional planet from everyone I've ever talked to that has access to be able to say something like that. You know, having memories of other planets and so on. Um, what about inner Earth? I went with a friend of mine yesterday, and we looked at some cave dwellings that were at least, I want to say they were at least 1,000 years old. And some of these things we were looking at were 10,000 years old. But when I looked inside of the dwellings, um, it brought back a lot of memories that I've had, dimensional experiences I've had, of traveling through the caves of the inner Earth. And I just wonder if you've had any information come your way or any experience with the inner Earth family, because I don't think people really understand we are not the only representatives of the human species on or in the Earth. We have family that's here that's not just in the stars. Have you had any experience with the inner Earth family, or do you have any information on inner Earth?
Well, there is this my information, and which I just watched yesterday. Some words from her is from one elder sister from Germany. I don't know if you heard about the books she made. The books of Talos is the book of Talos,
Okay.
and she's actually what's her name again? Krista Jasinski
Okay.
is her name.
Right
Krista
on.
Jasinski, and you know, her husband used to um, go to inner earth physically, and she was living with him in this time, and he had several visitings in the inner earth.
Well,
And she, after he died, he had tons of books, of journals. He could not take any phone camera or so into that field, because she also described in the books how he traveled then to, or he explains it in his journals, what he could write down, also take to inner earth, because all the cameras and things would just broke during the travel through the inner earth.
right.
the,
Well,
the the frequency would just not hold it. So she wrote this many books about that. And yeah, inner earth, there are also siblings there. She's also saying they're living there in a fifth dimensional experience, and that there are different holes and channels uh, through the earth. They have their gardens. There is like an inner sun,
right.
and she also said, she also was saying in one of her books, talking about the reptilians, the good reptilians who were living here on the earth together with human beings.
Right.
And then that at one point something happened, and that they just saw that the humans were a little bit more easier to manipulate, and the reptilians were more a little bit think more about something and a little bit more shy maybe, but much more taller, and then they started to fight,
Yeah.
and then they went, but then they had too much of all, and then some of them went to inner earth.
Right. Which would have been,
That she said, yeah.
yeah, it would have been that period, what we call the floods, 12,000 years ago, Atlantis
Mm-hmm.
sinking. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember very clearly, at least in a dimensional way, where the day that energy arrived to the earth and everything started, like the wound, the wounds were open because the men and the women, the masculine and the feminine of the earth, were split from each other. But I think we've
Mm-hmm.
come full circle now. I think we're at the
Mm-hmm.
end, but the beginning. How do you feel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel it too. We're doing a good job, brother. It's
Yeah,
everything going so well, and we will just everything will come together, and we will integrate all the experience, and we will, yeah, being also like in the beginning and the end in the beginning is. But this time comes. The time comes now that we are connecting, or this family will connect more and more. The family is big, but some of the humans, they are really much in the matrix. Not of us haven't this haven't awakening the fire. Only really everybody has the spark there, and I feel also it's also lighting up in every heart. It's coming,
yeah,
but many of us are just so busy, maybe also just to go by this world what we live in. But it's getting more obvious and obvious, and we will more manifest the new grid also in all the politics and in everything, that everything will be just right, and that everybody will have food and water to drink and the space to live, and
yeah,
it natural abundance. Same time, those who want to have a cheap, and go with that and going more into that, okay, but we have the earth here, and we are just taking care about the earth, and that's what we are doing. The all the AI things, they can be done, but I feel that these siblings will also know what we do, and what is the organic way of living, and I feel that's important to feel, and not otherwise good and bad is always, but I feel we are just in the right moment because the heart is there, and it's when you go a little bit more deeper into this, what happens in the world in some lands, and you feel that yeah, in Europe, all this what is happening with Russia and these things is like, and Ukraine and war. The war is now ending. It's like we are really finding that we can live here on the earth together, and that's it. I feel that is coming. I can't, but in the same time, I know also the world who's still going every day.
right.
But there will be for sure a shift into like Patricia Cote Robles. You were also talking with her. She also say like the divine government. The divine government will come in place, and everybody has his work to do in that new on that, yeah, new or regenerated, new, transformed earth where we were living then.
Right. You mentioned that you and Miriam do grid work. Um, I know that you both live a very spiritual practice every day. What type of other work do you do? And like, I know you do grid work, and we can talk about that a little bit, like what you're doing specifically. But you mentioned this Kogi tribe. You mentioned your knowings of the Essenes. Like, what are you working on now? Are there certain things that you're anchoring to the earth individually and as a couple? Are there certain things that you're kind of specialties for you, channeling or downloading, or rituals or anything? What type of things? Did you see that? Did you see that thing that just flew across the screen there? That was pretty crazy. I've seen those before in pictures, by the way. They look like little strings. I think they're orbs. But yeah, what kind of things do y'all do on a daily basis?
Well, my practice I can do always, and that's I try to connect to my breath. I breathe in with the Holy Spirit, Ruchat Kusha. I breathe to my belly, and I go with the thought Malkuta Deshemeya.
Mm.
It's, I, it's like I can be in this present thought, and I already work in the grid, so to say. And it's bringing also me a lot for being in the present and doing that work. And we are we are doing a work, Todd, brother. We are just going on with the work,
Right, right,
we have worked on the grid 2000 years ago, and in many lifetimes between that, when we were here in some lifetime, and we were working with this organic grid to keep up the original grid.
right.
The
That's right.
Yeah, and now we are doing that again, and we step by step we are doing the work. And in the moment, for sure, that's why I feel the Essenes and the Kogi tribe as well, their life is about to balance not only the earth, but also um, the cosmic play.
Yes.
Is always like that. And the Kogi, they also used to have the earth as a tool. With some spirits, they work like the coca. Also here I have the coca with me, and I have the tobacco with me.
Mm.
Coca is the feminine, and tobacco is the masculine. So as I'm here talking with you, I help, the spirits are here with me, and they help to have my heart connected to my work, and to feel also the spirits and what wants to come true, what 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 I want to share with you, because you are doing the great work as well. And so we are having this talk, and all our angelic siblings and the earth siblings are very happy that we are doing that. And for me also, a meditation or like a prayer is like the poporo, and that's like an ancient, very very ancient instrument, what comes from the Kogi.
Let me see it again.
Only the man, only the men work with that. And it's
Wow.
like a calabasa, like a pumpkin.
Wow.
And the pumpkin represents the womb. It's like a bottle pumpkin.
Right.
You can use it very well also as a bottle, or like some to put something in. And
Yeah,
in this
like.
moment,
Go ahead.
yeah, it symbolizes the womb.
Right.
And then there is a stick. There is a stick to it, a wooden stick, and this is the masculine. And then you have inside the pumpkin, there is lime from the shells from the sea. What
Wow.
represents like the feminine, who comes from the deep darkness from the sea.
How did you
So
learn? How did you learn about this? This pumpkin, this gourd, and the being the feminine, being the womb, and then the long
for me, it
piece.
was naturally. For me, I just remembered, and then I start to study.
Mm.
And now also, it's like a connection. This is like talking to the spirits, or talking also in the tribe. It's about balancing like the masculine and feminine in the meditation, and to that grid, so to say. There is a very good documentary made by Alan, two actually. The first the first documentary they did was with the BBC in 1992. It was the same year I was born as well. Then there had the first outcoming and speaking to the world, and there was like elder brother's message from the Kogi tribe. And now 2012 there came another, also again with Alan, Aluna it's called. Aluna.
Luna.
Aluna, yeah.
And the
I can send it to you, and or you can put it in the link.
here, let me. I'm gonna.
Aluna.
And so both of these were from the Kogi tribe.
Yes. This from 30 years ago. It's very nice, it's very old, and Aluna is a little bit more updated. And you see definitely it's like they speak to the little brother, what are we? What are the people who not respect the earth, and just yeah, take no care about the earth.
Yeah, I'm just pulling up. It's fascinating. Here, let me share the screen just to show people a little bit of.
Nice.
This is
Exactly. Cool.
yeah. Oops, hang on. I wish I could enlarge these, but you can see like this is their village. There's their village here. What does this do? Didn't do it. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Over 40 of Colombia's indigenous groups. So they are you going to go to Colombia? Do you think? Are you going to go
So
and?
by the time now I could meet them already here on the island. They hear the call, and spirit brought us together.
Oh wow!
So I had the honor. We had the honor that they came here, and that we had two priests from the Kogis
Right.
with a little delegation here. Yes. So it was very nice to have them with us, and I had also then talk with them, and we had to work on the island, and
Well,
just
that's
now.
big stuff. That's big stuff.
Mhm. And yeah, we in the same time we are with Sven together, my good brother, where we are also part of the Earth Guardians in Germany, where we can also work with them together, and the indigenous soul, what we are grounding. Me and Sven, like we are doing also we are doing our clothes ourselves. At least we knit them together. We saw them together. But now it's time to learn how to loom, how to weave, with the loom,
Mm.
and also how to build it. The intention is like that we now really want to bridge this world between the indigenous people who we can talk to the other siblings who will also be part, so to say, of the divine government, or of the people who are yeah, having a little bit the lead. Is there will be the rainbow children, the rainbow people. They come from all over the pyramid, so to say. You know, it's like the rainbow people who will be also doing the bridge. They will be from all over the pyramid, from the top in the old pyramid we know, and from down and from everywhere. And this unit will happen, and working on to build also a Celtic house again in Germany. What we feel is the intention, and also a prayer, an indigenous house for a prayer house, a house of thought here on Ibiza. And yeah, this is the feeling we have now. We are just on to to go to the Sierra because the priests are happy with the work we do, and it's about to go there. And some projects we are working on, and looking also now on for some support, some financial support, that we can really do our work as well in the manifestation here on the earth,
Right.
as a really physical, so to say. And yeah, that's what we are on now.
So, in your experience with the Kogi people, um, would you say that they have um, a more open line of communication with the galactic families and inner Earth families than we do? I mean, are the galactics and the inner Earth siblings and family in constant contact with indigenous like the Kogi?
Yeah, but they would not speak about this. You know?
They won't speak about it.
No, you will just experience it.
Yeah. No,
But
I was.
like I can definitely know, and you know also the North American tribes all over the world. For sure, the Galactics are in contact with them, and they work together. That's for sure like this. You know, Todd, some mamos or mamas. The mamos are the priests from the Kogi. In ancient time, now some of them still do it, this initiation of becoming a mamo. And the mamo priest is like us, our tradition. You are also part of the Melchizedek priesthood.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a priest from the sun. Mamo means sun, you know. So the mamos, they have initiation that they are till 18 years in a cave, not 40 days, 18 years since birth. 18 years in a cave. They're getting out from the mother's womb. They born in the house, and then they get brought in the night to the cave where they will be initiated. Still into they will been brought to the womb from the earth, and there they go through this initiation till 18 years.
Wow.
In this time, many spirits meet them. You can imagine. In this time, mostly what comes is the spirit of the forest. The tree spirit come and talk to them.
Mm.
The water spirit, you know.
Mm.
And one mamo and the mother, the saga, is like the sacred woman, goes to the child and look after them, and they talk to him and tell him the stories, you know. Telling the stories how nice the earth is, and how nice the sunlight is, and that. So when they come out from the cave, they are seeing this beautiful earth.
Wow.
And they they know a lot. They know the ancient wisdoms, and really pure in that sense.
No, I just wondered because with everything that's happening, and like people like you that are actually um, collaborating with indigenous, that I was wondering, like, if that's part of the way this will evolve, that that information, in other words, the indigenous and the aboriginal will assist greater humanity in the connection with the galactics or the inner earth families.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense to me.
Yeah, yeah. This is exactly this what will come, that we will meet with the tribes, with the galactic tribes who are also having giving the seed and the DNA for this earth, and there will be an union between the whole family from the whole Milky Way, from that galaxy where we are, and we will have only star peace, any star peace, you know.
There was a lot of discussion with people and experience with people in this summer and right up until even November. Obviously, people were being immersed in the spiritual fire as we were all expanding, and quite a few challenges in relationships, not just as individuals, but in relationships as we release all these old programs. So, still the importance of these divine collaborations. And I know you and Miriam are going to come on soon. But just real quick, did you have um, challenges through this period? Did you have you and Miriam? Did you have expansion with your connection and your energetic creations? Or should we save that for Miriam?
Uh, yeah, we definitely had a tough, yeah, year,
Yeah,
and now it was, the summer is good. Yeah, I feel we are more, we are always together, and
right.
we are
Yes.
nosotros limpia el negativo mucho, ¿lo sabes? El
See,
negativo,
so you're on the other
eh,
side.
eh,
You're on the other side of
every,
it. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, as a brother, it's like work is always needs to be done, and
Yeah,
it's
it was necessary, is what you're saying.
yeah, and
And yeah,
still it's like a work, but I feel Miriam also, it's just like organically happening in our life, I guess, that we are,
yeah,
that what we can share can go out also in the world, and it's organically happening. We don't try to force, but we are just working also with deep relationships we feel, and
yes,
that's what is important for us, and everything is by its time. And I want also to say, here on the island, the community I feel also as well is a good community, and we have a good opportunity to grow with each other here on the island, and really use this portal Ivisa here as a portal, what it is. It's like here on the island, there is a lot of potential,
right.
and I definitely feel also to invite you and Morgan, as we can, for the work we do here. We need you also sometime physically here, and we will have that going.
My friend just came in. You want to pull up a chair?
Not really.
Okay.
It's okay.
Well, listen, you and Miriam and I will do a show together soon, or even Miriam,
Yeah.
and even two. Miriam can do one alone if she wants to as well. Did you want to close us out with a prayer or a song or anything, or a blessing before we go?
Yeah, I would like to speak my gratitude to the very moment. Thank you to Mother, Father, God, Avun, Bishmai, Netchada Shma, Tete Malkuta, Nengwe, Seviana, Chaitana, Bishmai, Ata, Shwara, Achlan, Lachma, Sinkanan, Yauma, Wastuklan, Chaubein, Wachtahin, Aitana, Dapnan, Shwachain, Lachayawain, Wela Taklan, Lesiuna, Ela Pasan, Mindisha. Mitol bilachi malkuta, vahila vatishpukta, lalam, lalmin, amin,
Amen.
amin.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. It was very good to hear you, and we keep in touch. And
Yeah. I'll
good.
send you.
I was grateful to
Yes, I'm
sit
grateful
here
too.
with you.
Yeah, I'm grateful too. It was a great connection. I'll reach out to you in the next day or two, and we'll schedule with Miriam. But yeah, it was really good to see you, man. It was really, really good. I appreciate it. I love you. Thank you for the work you're doing, and we'll talk again soon with Miriam. Okay.
Yes.
Bye, Miriam.
Shemaya.
Bye-bye.
Vaya,
Ciao, ciao.
vaya con Dios.
Bye, con Dios. Nos vemos, hermano. Bendiciones.